everybody.
Hello, bitches.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Chicken nugget.
Hello.
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 Hello, imbecile.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
All rise and like, subscribe, and bang the gavel, baby.
I guess all rise. We are in session. Listen, I hated when live PD used to do this, being a live show, and they would like, this just happened. But
earlier today.
Yes, this is a pretty good one. Over with Honorable Judge Cedric Simpson. We're going to get to that in just a second. We got a case, myself, Credence, and Mikey the Legend. We don't have a case, thankfully. I've never walked into court in my life, Mikey. Can you believe that?
No, because you got arrested that time and stayed the night in jail. Remember?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I guess I did one time in Myrtle Beach. You're absolutely right. More about that later. Yeah. So anyways, we're watching live courtroom drama unfold in front of our very eyes. This one just happened about a half an hour ago. Very interesting what is happening here with Mr. Smith. So let's just start there and then we'll get into the live stuff. Oh, where'd he go? Mr. Smith?
Your Honor, we are requesting.
Is
an
Mr.
order
Smith in
of
detention
Mr.
or
Simmons did
work?
Sure.
send in the money that was agreed to as part of the potential resolution of this matter. However, I contacted the court.
I would
earlier
not mess
today,
with
and
Miss
it has not
Simpson.
been received by the
Simmons, I
court.
mean, I would not
So
mess with
we're
her
asking
at
for a
all.
1 or 2 week
Oh,
permit.
she ready to kick some ass, I think.
She's got a
there
hard
he is.
face.
Hello, Wyman Smith.
Okay, when you say it hasn't been received, what do you mean?
Carlos is afraid
When
of coming
I
on.
called,
Mailed it?
yes, she mailed it.
Yeah, she's in Flint, Your Honor.
Damn, I think I went back too far. As usual.
That's all right. We got time.
And probable cause, I'll adjourn it to March 10th,
Is it Simmons that has all the kids making a ton of noise?
2020.
She's running an at-home daycare.
All right?
Yes, sir. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Ms. Simmons.
Thank you, sir.
Court calls the case of the people versus
Here we are.
Wyman Smith.
I think.
Good
Flush
afternoon,
it.
Your Honor. Marie Tantna, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender with, and on behalf of Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, would you say your name for the record?
Hey, Debbie.
Wyman Smith.
Yeah.
All right. I have before me a plea form. Is that what we're doing today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
That the defendant will be pleading guilty to an added count to a second offense, domestic violence, a 1-year offense. Upon his successful plea to that charge, count 1 would be dismissed. There is an agreement of no upfront jail at sentencing, and I will only add that if the sentencing judge, Judge Washington, agrees. And the agreement is contingent on no new criminal actions or bond violations. Defendant agrees to restitution on all counts, and defendant agrees not to seek diversion.
Right loud.
That's a court's order.
Thank you.
Correct. Your Honor.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Smith,
Make sure you like this video.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the
Is he
testimony
waving?
you're
Oh.
about to give will be the truth, the whole
High
truth,
five.
nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
State
It's a
your
big
name for the
hand.
record, sir.
Wyman Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith,
Yes,
this
sir.
it's this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the offense of domestic violence second offense. That
Yes,
is a
sir.
misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and/or a $1,000 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir, I do.
Car cord.
I also have to advise you, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Washington in the 14B District Court. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty.
Yes, I do.
Who is
Yes, sir.
Usario Del Zoom? What's your
Guilty.
mark name?
And you understand that by pleading guilty, you
Beautiful
will not have a
ceiling.
trial of any kind.
Very
Yes,
big
sir, I
seal.
do.
Because of that, you're also giving
Vaulted.
all rights. You're giving it
While we go through this, keep an eye as we get into this. The prosecutor up there, watch her facial expressions.
Then she just put something in her mouth. Not the prosecutor, but the other lady.
And you're giving
Joy.
it the right to be presumed innocent.
A lozenge,
until proven
maybe,
guilty
I
beyond
don't know.
reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
You understand you're giving up the right to appeal of it.
Yes, I do.
Are you on probation?
No, sir.
Are you on parole?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No one's promised me anything.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you, sir?
Yes.
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, I am, sir.
of your own free will,
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
and because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, sir.
He thinks it's funny.
2022, at the location of 739 Campbell Avenue, apartment 6, Ypsilanti Township, Washington County, state of Michigan. Tell this court what you did on that date involving a Melissa Smith that makes you think that you're guilty.
Crown Town
Yes, sir.
with Old Glen.
Okay, tell me what you did that makes you think that you're guilty of this offense.
Uh-oh.
Listen to this.
I put my hands on my wife.
Okay. Were the two of you in an argument, Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir. We had a verbal disagreement.
Okay. And at some point, when you say you put your hands on her, what'd you do?
For 14 years,
Oh, wow. He's getting emotional.
I have been verbally abused by my wife. I would walk away, go into another room, but she insisted on badgering me. So, Your Honor, I got her off of me. I put my hands on her.
Okay, at this juncture, the court's not going to accept the defendant's plea.
Your Honor, if I could maybe ask Mr. Smith one question, please.
His plea is he's the victim.
You can, however, counsel, the basis and the reasoning for the court not accepting the plea is not even the specifics of that day, because he's claiming that he is the one that may be
Hey.
the one who is a victim of a pattern of abuse.
No, sir. No, sir.
Well,
I'm not implying that.
Mm.
Excuse me?
Mr. Smith, I listened very closely to what you did.
It was implied.
Yes,
Very implied.
I know what I said, Your Honor.
Very
What
implied.
I'm saying is, I lost it. I'm not the victim. She was the victim.
She was a bitch of 14 years, Your Honor.
Just to, I mean,
It's not, I need you to not say anything further. Ms. Gaines, you can certainly ask your client any other question. I'm just clarifying why the court is reluctant to take the defendant's plea, given what has been said.
So, Mr. Smith, in your plea a few moments ago, do you recall stating that your wife has been verbally abusing you?
yes, I did.
Thank you, Mike, for the
as
stars
of
on the
for,
Facebook, by the way.
belittling me, calling me out my name, whatever she can say to push buttons for me to react physically. So it's been a long time since I've done this.
Not helping himself at this point.
and
This is a lot of
it'll be another
speculation.
long
And
time
damn it, I hate
for me.
speculation.
I'm not.
Carol.
I'm not taking the plea.
Okay, then, well, what am I supposed to do? Get arrested?
Your Honor, may I just ask a couple more questions?
Go ahead, Ms. Gaines.
I guess she thinks she's
At
helping
any
her.
time, has your wife physically attacked you?
Yes, she has.
Then
Right.
I'm
Then
certainly
that's
not
it.
taking the plea. Thank you for
All right,
that.
then we're done, Your Honor.
That's what I presume.
That's it.
So
We're
I'm
done.
not
What do
taking
I-
the plea.
What am I supposed to
So
do now?
you nothing other than be quiet at this point. So
Damn.
what do we want this set for?
Let's set it for a preliminary exam, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in this matter will be set.
You had one job, Wyman.
Is this
The-
Zoom or in person?
Which would you prefer, Mr. Smith?
Well, as long as I'm not on bond, I'll take the Zoom.
I'm not sure what he just said there. The prosecutor, though, her facial
Criminal
expressions
examination will be set
while the
via
attorney
Zoom.
continues on with that is just insane. I mean, it was a bad idea. What do I know? But it seemed like it was. Anyways, that's it.
By the way, Creed, I would like to clarify what he said there. He said,
Yes. Yes. Thank you. That's pretty much it. Jumping over here, where we at?
We're in the courtroom of Judge O'Brien. It's again in that Wakanaki area.
Your own
Right.
attorney this afternoon.
No, ma'am.
I don't know what
appoint a
Richard's
public
doing at the
defender
top,
to
but he is trying to get his
represent
point across.
The
Yes.
allegations are first, that you failed to report to probation that you had police contact on February 1st, 2021, when you were pulled over and cited by the Washtenaw County Sheriff's for driving while your
Washtenaw,
license was
I believe it says.
expired. The second allegation is that you were
All these
charged in
allegations.
14B District Court with that offense of driving while license suspended. The third is that you failed to report having police contact upon
he's got a-
questioning by,
got a lot of,
after being questioned by
claims there.
Washtenaw County
Whoa.
Sheriff Deputy Garland.
Somebody's
regarding
really
an
understanding the
accident
YouTube
that
game, guys.
occurred on
Real quick. Remember, I told you this dude's pretty popular amongst YouTube. Look at this is the actual that is their that
Court
that's
is
their
using that
thumbnail.
as their thumbnail.
That's their thumbnail. That is their official thumbnail. That is
20th
crazy.
date. The
That
next
is-
allegation
I know what they're doing.
is that
They're getting
you
that
were
Zoom
charged
court
in
game up,
14
bud.
Oh my
days
God! Yes, stepping it
for
up.
district
Fully
court
monetized.
with,
I told you that
alleged
guy's awesome.
offense of larceny in the
He's just one of
building.
the attorneys.
And the last allegation
Wow.
is that you failed to report police contact on January 17th, 2022, when you had contact with the Van Buren Township Police regarding an alleged assault offense. So, Mr. Overwater.
Well, he should
how
have
do you
got it.
wish to
He should have talked to
proceed?
his lawyer about
Your Honor, my
that,
client was
not
stand
just
muted to the
pled guilty.
allegations. It's my understanding that probation
Yeah,
is recommending that
they
if my
definitely
client
did not
wishes
work
to
that out
track
well.
the new
Of course
offenses,
it won't.
that he could be released on a personal recognizance bond with a GPS
Feel
tether.
bad for him.
So I would be
That's
asking the court to
case.
do that today and set it for an appropriate date before Judge Conlon, ideally several weeks out.
Adobe?
This guy's got a lot of stuff going against
Your
him
Honor,
over
as
here.
the bond, I'd only ask for one additional condition, and that be no contact with the victim in the larceny in a building case. The name is Lori, Lori.
No
In
new,
Michigan.
no new artwork over there at Michael's.
Throne.
I mean, he's tapped out his creativity right now. You can't think of anything else to make right now. He's doing good though.
Okay.
By the way, how is
And,
nobody
Ms.
mentioning
Mayo, did you
Mr.
wish
Smarty
to,
down here with all of his beautiful
chime in
books?
on
Made me
this?
laugh when I came into.
No, Your Honor, Agent Smith is recommending.
Felt like I
Ms.
was in the
Heather, while he's on
courtroom
bond,
mood.
We'd like to have
Yes.
him.
See all these books,
obtain
Creed?
a Substance abuse assessment.
Haven't read
at
any of them.
Community Corrections and
Don't even
follow
know.
any
All
recommendations.
stolen from the library.
That's right.
at community corrections?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss
And,
Mayo
Your
really
Honor, I
in there
didn't realize
working it.
that was the case, but I currently represent Ms. Throneberry on another matter. So I
Throneberry.
cannot represent Mr. Hamilton.
Throneberry.
He'll need to have alternative
Nigel
counsel,
Throneberry.
Okay. So, Mr. Hamilton, do you have any objection to proceeding today with this arraignment with Mr. Overwater, with the understanding that you're going to have
He does
a
have those
different
murderous
private,
eyes.
the assigned attorney representing you from here on out?
Yes, Your Honor.
So are you objecting to proceeding?
No, Your
with
Honor. No,
that?
I'm fine with it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll
Beautiful
appoint
weather here in the
somebody
South,
else,
so enjoy that.
to
Oh, it is
represent
nice
you
right
from
now.
you.
It's supposed to be
here on out.
84
Okay.
tomorrow.
Right for my problems to this day.
Well,
Don't say anything else, Mr. Hamilton.
okay. So
People
a
in
couple
court
weeks
just
out, you
can't help
said,
themselves.
Mr. Overwater, do you think March 10th or the 7th? Oh,
I feel
this
like
is in front of
Judge O'Brien would be
Conlon. So what is,
really nice to hang out with.
next available date?
She'd
a
offer
couple
you
weeks
like
out, Ms.
a glass
Bachman?
of tea right away.
Monday, March the 14th at 1:30.
That's the day after my birthday.
First at 1:30. He is blocked the 28th.
Okay. Why don't we go with the 14th?
I
Okay.
can do that too.
So I'm going to set $1,000 PR bond. So
PR
that
bond.
means if you don't appear for that hearing, which should be by
Ooh.
Zoom, so you'll need to figure out
No,
how
thank
to
you.
sign in for that hearing at 1:30.
Carol, it could be worse. That you could have
on
3 feet
March
in your back
14th.
door.
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to contact, who's going to put on the GPS tether? Would it be,
That will be Agent Heath also.
okay, Agent Heath
Anthony?
In
in
case anybody's wondering what a
probation is going
tether
to be
is, that's
putting on
basically
that
the
GPS
ankle
tether.
bracelet
You
that
need
you
to
get
Yeah.
call
when you
probation
leave jail.
GPS
and
GPS
get that
monitoring,
tether
right?
put on
Exactly
Yeah.
where you're
within
at.
24 hours of your release from jail. And you have to stop at community corrections.
The guy in
and get
STF
signed up
Hearing
for a
East looks like he's
substance
in one of
abuse
those
assessment,
rooms
and
you can
to
bounce off the
follow
walls
those
on.
treatment
I
recommendations.
keep-
And you are not to have contact with Lori
See him
Throneberry.
straight jacket on.
Mrs. Troneberry.
Okay. Good luck to you. I hope this matter is ultimately resolved to your
A
satisfaction.
man named Kelly.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hamilton, if you don't hear from your appointed counsel, you can
Wait.
call the public defender's office, and we could find out who is appointed and get you in contact with them.
I can't wait to find out what Richard did up
Thank
there.
you.
My goodness.
Everything you've done.
Thank you, Glenn, for the share, by the way,
Glenn, yes, thank you for all
Mr.
the
Hamilton,
nice
you have a
shares.
contact number for probation?
over on that court
Ms. Smith,
proceeding
you mean,
stuff.
ma'am?
You can call her, yes, call her and she can send you to the right person, but call as soon as you get out of jail, please.
Call
Yes,
me.
Okay, thank you.
Right over her head, I think.
First 2, 7, and 8. People versus Joseph Griffin, 21624 FH 19341 FH 19344.
Where's Joseph at?
By the
Maybe
way,
that,
Creed,
hearing down there.
I started making
Michael's
some
over some
shorts of our videos.
I saw that.
And one of them right now is doing really well. All of a sudden, there's like 200 views on it in the last hour.
Second.
I'm very happy with that. Debo up there in the top corner.
I got
Griffin, can you hear us?
Judge Middleton
Yes,
ready
Your
to
Honor.
go. There's an interpreter
Okay,
and they're in the middle of
so
something.
we
So when
have
we move on to
three
the next,
matters
we'll,
pending today, 2
what
probation
Joseph did.
violations and the pretrial.
are
How
we
do you
guessing
wish
this is Joseph
to-
down?
Well, do we have?
This
Joseph?
is up in
corner
the
or-
top
Oh,
left.
he's right there. I
Um,
see. Right. Yeah,
Are
I
you
see.
the only attorney on all 3, Mr. Overwater?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, because the
Oh, such a
one,
buzzkill.
She's so soft spoken.
okay.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, so how do you wish to proceed?
Think she's
Your
ever
Honor, can we
verbally
have a-
abused
a
her
bench
husband?
conference, please?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. In the right way, though.
Please.
Proceed, Your Honor. That's a nice chair. I need to get that chair. It had all those
What,
buttons
Kenneth's
on
chair?
it. Yeah, Kenneth. Look, the more buttons you got on your chair, the more important you are.
Mr. Overwater. Hello, Ann.
And well, they're kicking everybody out. What they? Okay, I guess they're doing a recess real quick. If you want to jump over to yours.
Well, let's see what's happening over at Judge Middleton's with
Hey,
Prosecutor Deborah Davis in the house.
Makeup on point. I like that.
She's a big player in the world of YouTube and Zoom court.
Arrested on the 20th, and you bonded out on the 22nd. So it
See, you
looks
bring
like
the judge up just a little bit.
Nope, can't. Judge Middleton is always going to be
Super low.
super low.
Vieron a usted el día 20 y usted pagó la fianza, salió el 22, así que parece que pasó 2 días de cárcel.
It pulls from his. See where it says St. Joseph District Court right there?
Yeah.
It pulls from that microphone.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Licenciada Débora, entiendo que su despacho se ha comunicado con la querellante.
See.
Yes, Your Honor.
And
sorry.
is it acceptable to simply proceed to sentence at this time?
Yes, Your
¿Es
Honor.
aceptable proceder a la imposición de la condena en este momento? Sí, su señoría.
poor Vivian, by the way, has a real job, and she gets pulled away for this court stuff. And hi, Pamela.
You think so? Really?
No, she does. Listen. We're talking 100 hours or more. Watching.
Creed's logged his time. Yeah.
Judge Middleton's my favorite.
Machines to recycle tires.
Oh yes, the old recycled tire business.
¿Cuántos años tienen sus hijos?
They're always so tough whenever you got an interpreter. Not my faves.
Son gemelos. Tienen 18 años para 19. Van a cumplir 18, van para 19. El otro tiene 7 años.
Okay.
So they're twins that are 18 going on 19, and then one that's 7 years old.
Going on 30. Am I right, guys?
Mr. Feld indicates that you have a good work record.
El licenciado Feld indica que su registro de trabajo está muy bien.
My inclination here is to order time served and a fine.
Hate jumping into these in the middle, trying to figure out what the hell he did.
Me inclina a ordenar.
Well, he's got green hair.
All right, so he's a YouTube scam baiter. Got it. Or possibly a Twitch gaming
Your Honor,
stream.
obviously you have the final say in what the punishment will be.
Obviamente, su señoría, usted tiene la última palabra cuando tiene que ver con las consecuencias.
Pro
But
tip.
I think the minimization by the defendant about alcohol.
Paperback books. Any old Sears and Roebuck catalogs.
That'll do it.
Minimiza lo del alcohol.
Yeah, I think so. Windy City Bobby, I think they pull from that other camera too for the people that are in the court, but he's always very low.
La hoja de ficheo tiene un espacio para colocar el nivel de alcohol en la
He's
sangre.
cat.
I haven't been drinking now, but 000.
Y cuando una persona no ha tomado, ellos colocan un 000.
0.
Case, they
Point.
put question mark, question mark, question.
En este caso colocaron una interrogación, otra marca de interrogación.
They're mighty red today. See, our guy, yes.
El informe indica que él había tomado.
Yes, Your Honor, the odor of intoxicants was coming from his person, according to the police officers.
But he was still 0.0.
Señoría, el olor a alcohol se emitía de su persona, según los oficiales de policía.
And the wife and daughter, who are the victims, reported he had been drinking all evening.
Oh, drunken domestic violence.
Y la hija,
That is
que
it.
fueron las víctimas, informó que él había tomado toda la noche.
By the way, Creed, real quick, can we have everybody on Facebook share this if you would?
Yes.
And like the video, please, and thank you. And thank you.
Yo le puedo asignar hasta 90
Thank you.
días
Come
de
again.
cárcel.
And if you get 90 days in jail,
Si usted pasa 90 días de cárcel,
you're probably going to be deported.
Oh.
probablemente será deportado.
Leaving your family.
Oh, wow, Dustin. Good to hear that.
Oh, my
Dejando
goodness.
su familia aquí en
That's
Estados Unidos.
amazing.
Three Rivers.
That is
And he's
amazing.
drinking all day, apparently.
When I asked you if you had been drinking,
Cuando, Tres Ríos, cuando yo le hice la pregunta si usted había tomado,
you immediately said no.
me dijo inmediatamente que no.
No he tomado.
No, I hadn't
No,
drank.
no he tomado. No había tomado.
No, I hadn't drank.
No, I'm not drinking.
Sure. No cervezas?
Boy, that escalated quickly.
O él está mintiendo o ellas están mintiendo.
Deborah Davis is not happy about
I
that.
think the other two were intoxicated, which is what the problem was.
The other two, the daughter too.
Yo creo que
The daughter and mother?
Who are you talking about, male or female?
His two friends in the basement who left.
Oh, okay.
Yo creo que los otros dos amigos que estaban en el sótano que se fueron había
What were
tomado.
they doing at the basement? That's what I want to
They've
know.
been drinking.
Not drinking, apparently.
Intoxicated. That's really what the problem was.
Well, I don't blame
Ellos
his wife
habían
for throwing out
tomado.
his two drunk friends out of the house.
Yo creo que, I'm sorry, Your Honor, could you repeat that one more time?
I don't blame his wife for throwing his two drunk friends out of the house.
Yo no le culpo a la esposa por botar los dos amigos tomados de la casa.
I do not want you to be deported. Neither does the prosecutor, which is why they made this very beneficial plea agreement.
No quiero que se le deporta a usted, ni tampoco la fiscal. Por eso le ofrecieron ese acuerdo.
Is he not
muy
liking the plea deal? Is that why? Because I kind of get that feeling.
Like he's trying to not plead.
Right.
But if he doesn't, he's going to get 90 days
I had
and
work.
deported.
Yeah.
I arrived home tired from work. Está bien.
Oh, another tired plea. Damn it, Stoney.
I was tired, not intoxicated. I mean, who among us has not gotten really sleepy
Your Honor,
and
we do
slapped the
have
shit out of
written
somebody?
That can be reviewed by the court.
Oh, Damon, that's one of my favorite things about Deborah. She doesn't hold back, nor does Jeffrey Middleton either.
The difficult,
Her bullshit meter was going off.
difficult Casey Johnson I had was
Diría
basically
la dificultad que el licenciado Casey Johnson y yo que teníamos fuera,
I think was simply there must not have been any apparent level of intoxication, at least level of intoxication apparent to the police officer, because he didn't give the eyeball.
No había, no aparecía de estar tomado según el oficial de policía.
Your Honor, voluntary
Stop.
intoxication.
Uh-oh.
Un momento, pare.
He wasn't driving.
Understand.
Él no estaba conduciendo.
The jail staff is very busy and they don't always have time to give a preliminary breath test to someone that gets logged in on a domestic assault charge.
So I'm just
El
talking
personal de la cárcel no siempre tiene el tiempo para administrar una prueba de
Shouldn't they
aliento
check
a
that
una
though? I mean, that's
persona.
I don't think that's an extenuating circumstance, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
He did it regardless if he's drunk or sober. He still committed, domestic violence against his daughter and his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, because she threw his drunken friends out of the house.
This may not translate very well.
Excuse me,
The
casa.
defendant is telling me there's no elephant in the middle of the room.
No sé cómo traducir esto, pero el acusado me está diciendo que no sé si esto se
Kids with
traduce
guns
bien
too.
al español, que no hay ningún
Who
elefante
knew?
en medio
Who knew
de
they
la
would?
sala.
It means you're trying to ignore or hide the obvious truth.
Please, like Ashley said, she
Significa
asked so
que está
kindly to
tratando de
She did
ignorar
too.
o esconder
Thank you,
una
Ashley.
verdad obvia.
So I'm going to get the police report and watch the video.
Voy a
We all watch it
el informe
together.
policíaco y voy a mirar los
Can we
videos
stream that?
See for myself.
y voy a ver para yo mismo.
I think that if he takes the plea deal, though, he's not going to be deported. I think
That's the gist of what I've got.
Yeah.
As well.
Even if you had been drinking,
What does it matter?
it was going to give the same sentence, 2 days and a fine.
Aun si había tomado, le iban a poner la misma, la misma condena, 2 días de cárcel que ya pasaron y en poner una multa.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the drinking would
What I'm concerned
Yeah.
about what the prosecutors
really count.
Would there be extra time if he was, or less time if he wasn't?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he just said it'd be basically
2
the same.
days. Yeah.
Seguía involucrado el alcohol en este incidente,
You're not telling me the truth.
que no me está diciendo la verdad.
Wow.
Different story.
Y eso es una historia diferente.
Yeah, he's a fool not to take the deal.
Yeah, I mean, they know best. I mean,
Look into it further.
and to get to this point, you had to have already said that you're going to take it, right?
Hay una
Yeah.
condición sobre la fianza de no poder tener o consumir alcohol.
I wonder how long he's been in jail. to already be doing this.
I have to get to another screen, so give me a second.
Tengo que pasar
Take
a
your
otra
time,
pantalla,
Deborah.
deme un momento.
One momento for Deborah.
But yeah, Vivian gets mad sometimes because they won't show up for court, or just there for an adjournment.
No consuming of alcohol at any time. Item number 2 marked.
Hay una condición número 2 que no puede consumir alcohol.
Wonder
en
if he was
ningún
already on
momento.
probation or not. Or
Good
is that
chance.
part
Would
of
ask that court have him test.
Right now?
I'm sorry.
Just a moment.
Un momentito.
She asked that the court have him take an alcohol test.
La licenciada pidió que él se sometiera a
Right
una
now?
prueba por alcohol ahora.
Particularly a urine screen.
Una prueba
I've heard that that's actually a thing, by the way,
tomar muestra de las orinas.
as an easy way to get back home. That's the
Today?
thing.
Hoy,
Yes, please.
sí, por favor.
See, por favor. Oh, a travesty. Ashley, thank you for bringing that up. Let's get these likes up.
Can we
Come
set
on,
this
man.
for Monday,
ahead.
March 28th at 10:30?
Oh, that's 21 days after my birthday.
Para el lunes, 28 de marzo a las 10:30.
I've seen that before, Dawn. It's kind of crazy. You'd think that you would plan this stuff out ahead of time, but
I'll make it work, Judge. There's a problem with it.
Why not take the plea
There's
deal?
no indication defendants. I'm sorry, go ahead.
and it's weird because he's not even saying it. He's just looking out the window. Like, it's weird.
There's a weightlifting competition he wants to get back in on.
No hay ningún indicio que el acusado anda tomado ahora.
And that's the worst time to be doing that, Dawn. That pisses everybody off.
I can
Everybody.
do it, no problem.
Yeah, I do it.
And if I,
Wow.
I'll do it.
All right. You live in Three Rivers.
Yeah.
Do you know where the day reporting
vive-
center is?
¿Sabe dónde queda el Day Reporting Center en Tres Ríos?
It's on South Main Street, right next to the bridge.
I don't think he's paying any attention, that dude.
It's right next to the old Circuit City.
Cerca del puente,
And the Toys R Us across the street.
al lado del río.
I want you to go there from here.
Hey, Jen.
Jen.
Quiero que vaya ahí
Ay,
desde
ay.
aquí y lo vamos a notificar que sepan
Well,
caminar.
you should take the damn deal and get out then.
All right.
Crazy.
Your Honor, I'm not sure how DRC gets the information, but if they could make sure that it is a urine screen, not a PPT.
Yeah.
Su señoría, y si ellos pueden hacerle la prueba al azar por las orinas, no por
His
aliento.
son is with him. I
Hmm.
think the cost for that is $20.
Su hijo lo acompaña. Yo creo que el costo
Oh.
para la prueba son $20.
That one hits hard.
I'm just going to stay in here, Your Honor.
Yeah. Can I stay an extra night?
He speaks perfect English all of a sudden. Nah, Your Honor, I'm good.
Oh, I've seen that a lot. That happens.
Gracias, su señoría. Anything else for the interpreter, Your Honor?
No, Vivian, thank you for the short notice. I'm sorry we didn't give you more of a heads up for that. But thank you for
You're
your
welcome.
help. But turn it
No
off.
problem. Have a good day. You're
Thank you,
welcome. Have a good
Vivian.
day.
You're welcome. Have a good day. You'll get it. Go
Likewise.
again.
Okay.
We'll see what they're getting into. Let's jump over to you. What you got happening here?
Oh, well, we still got our good friend Richard Turner there at the
modifying
top.
his bond, in those regards.
How frequently is he testing that?
I believe twice a month. Is that correct, Mr. Hill?
Yes.
Do you think that
That's
Richard has like
understanding,
naked
uh,
pictures of women on top of his ceiling? Is that?
I would leave it at that.
I don't
Ms.
know.
Reisman.
I'm trying to figure out, is that a Valentine's Day card next to the clock?
I think it is. TJ Reed, ladies and gentlemen.
Look okay.
For the
Here's
Billy Bob Thornton.
everything
Everybody.
gets pushing down on you at once. You have about a dozen different charges pending. These are 2 traffic cases that are somewhere in the mix. Let me look at this for a second.
Are they still giving my man here?
I'm confused because the one lawyer I thought was his lawyer left that was sitting in the courtroom.
Yeah, he got up.
As of today's date, you have 64 days credit at least.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so he has been in for a while. You were asking that earlier.
The two cases are file 211569OT. That is a Sturgis ordinance case handled by Mr.
Oh,
Reed.
he was in Sturgis.
And you're charged with driving with a suspended or
Yeah,
revoked
that's
license
in
on or
Michigan.
about September 10th of 2000.
Next to them, not that Sturgis.
On or about July 29th in Sturgis.
How are we still talking to him without a translator there?
Alleges that on
I don't understand. This is weird.
21 in St. Joe County, you were driving a car with a suspended license. Ms. Davis is here on that case. So you have two separate counts.
Hello,
of
Haley.
driving suspended.
Hey,
You got
sidewalk
What do we
killer.
at least
What are we having for
64
lunch?
days, and actually more than that. Days credit.
He might
Each of these
dust it.
charges is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine
I'm
of
so
up to
confused.
$500.
Why Vivian was let go. The lawyer
Require
walked
that
out.
your driver's
But we
license
brought TJ Hooker in.
2 points.
TJ's great
Mr.
too.
Reed has one case and Ms. Davis has another.
Ah.
And your lawyer, Mr. Gibson, is here with me at the court.
But again, why the interpreter? Not here.
Settlement here.
Your Honor, there are several prosecuting agencies involved because of conflicts. So the notes
My dude's got tons of
on the
cases.
felony cases are that just a week ago or this past week, they adjourned the felony cases to get a global resolution, which would include our DWLS case today. But I will point out that Mr. Rowe has another pending operating while intoxicated
Beast.
in DWLS case
I like that.
Judge Pattison handled a few weeks ago at a last pretrial as well.
So weird.
And I would presume that that also is going to be wrapped into this global offer.
Well, what is
So they're going to give him an offer on
They
everything.
do that a lot of times. Yeah, the global.
Package deal.
state
Yeah.
statute, DWLS, if the defendant pled to the Sturgis ordinance, DWLS?
Mhm.
I mean, because he has the OWI still pending here and the felony cases, yes, we would dismiss this.
Anybody in the chat? Did we miss something? Why the interpreter's gone? Seriously?
They said they were done with her.
I will make you a promise here as a
So
representation.
weird.
I don't know if you do this, but if you plead to the Sturgis driving suspended charge, I'm going to give you credit for time served and the lowest possible fine. You've already been jailed for 65 days and you got a whole bunch of other things to deal with. This will take 2 cases off the plate, the county driving suspended and this one.
TJ always looks like he just walked off the golf
Would you like to
course.
have an opportunity to discuss
Straight
that
into his
with your lawyer,
office.
Mr. Gibson? Or is that
Or he
something
just
you
sold a
want
car.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on, there's somebody
I
here.
still wanted to talk to my lawyer if I could.
All right. Paul, would you?
Speaks good English, doesn't he?
Conference room for Paul. and
I am
we'll
so
put him in there
confused.
he and Mr. O can talk.
I don't
John,
understand.
how are we doing? Any sign of Mr. Freeman?
Been checking and calling the hall. He called my office this morning. Said he wanted to meet her a little early to talk.
Was it not this guy that they were talking to and somebody was in court sitting next to that guy a few minutes ago, maybe? Maybe that's what we missed.
I am so confused because I was watching, because I was like, well, this dude hasn't said a freaking word the entire time, Your Honor.
I think that was the issue. The lawyer that was sitting there probably had somebody next to him, and that's who it was. And we're just watching this guy just.
You're like, he could do 2 Fs.
I think that's what it was. That's the
Okay.
only thing that makes sense. Very confusing.
Hi, is there an Alante Freeman?
Terrell, nice.
Alante Freeman.
Steak and potatoes.
Yes, Alante Freeman here can help you, Your Honor.
They didn't make very many of those.
I like burritos.
I thought it was an Oldsmobile.
Is Deborah there? Can you tell Deborah I said, hey, girl?
Hey, girl, hey.
It's a 2-seat.
I'm on my way, Your Honor.
TJ had a couple of them at one time.
She had 2-seater Cadillac sports car. TJ had a couple of them.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Freeman's got a bunch of baggage on there.
Hello, Larry.
Larry.
And they're lifting all these. I don't know.
Had to be Debbie.
Tickets anymore.
Had to be.
Suspend your license if you didn't pay a ticket or didn't answer.
Only thing that made
I would have
sense.
lifted all those suspensions, but he was suspended at this time. Well, it's set for 2:30.
Well, that dude down there speaks pretty good English. So.
Better than me.
We got 2 seconds. Anything happening? Richard's gone.
The judge just stepped out yet
All right.
again. I don't know if she has the diarrhea. She's taking a lot of breaks, which is very concerning. I'm going to see what Judge Simpson is up to as well. No one in Judge Simpson's court right now.
No.
Mr. Rowe, I'm
Well-
going to let you talk to Mr. Gibson.
I'm going to actually stay right here, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to go check the traffic and weather together real quick. 75 of you joining us. Appreciate it. 5 days a week. Oh, 5 days a week. We got a case, 2 p.m. East, just so you know.
The conf room there.
Oh, BRB. Nice internet you got there. I think he's Creed framed. It's a Mikey frame. Nope. Oh, you're still there.
Such BS, I tell you. Nothing but the best.
I'm pretty sure this dude's an attorney that's in the conf room, by the way.
All right. It sounded like he was willing to do that.
Look at him trying to pick up on Deborah now.
Oh, listen, these guys know each other real well.
My recommendation was just going to give him time served. He has 60+ days in on it.
He's very loose, old TJ. A lot of fun.
Oh yeah, he's done a key bump or two in his day.
He's been he lives a car salesman life. Couple of funny ones where he says to Judge Middleton, no, I think I'll stick around if you don't mind. You know, when things get heated up, it's kind of funny. I'll be RB.
Go ahead. You got it. Let's say hello to everyone in chat. The 76 of you that are here right now, please like this video and share it out if possible. If it's not asking just too much. I don't know where the guy went that was in the conf room. Oh my God, I never watched the live court cams part of the show. Hey, look, I like it. We enjoy it. We appreciate you being here with us and taking a risk.
Yeah. John, is that the only case you have today?
I had Brady Lytle. Is that you at 345?
Yes, it is. That's special prosecutor and other stuff. I'm really hopeful we can resolve Brandy Lytle.
I have something we're waiting for person upstairs for status conference. So I'm kind of
We'll make it work.
So I may check.
Remember the last time she came in and left.
That's what they say.
That we're looking for her. She walked in and said hello to the court staff, and then we couldn't find her.
I'll jump over here real quick.
Good
No,
afternoon.
I'm not gonna be able to do that.
Here, Ms. Murray, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Typically, we don't wear hats in court, but I see that you're outside and it's cold, so I'll make an exception. You are not driving a motor vehicle at this point, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So today is the time and date set for the probation violation hearing. Mr. Harris, how do you?
By the way, I assume all
Your Honor,
the presumed alcohol is involved, regardless of what they say.
I have not
Okay.
heard from the
It's
Nova
not that hard to
police.
tell the truth.
I talked to them.
Right. So we're gonna have to stick with creeds right now.
Maybe those officers are just making things up.
It is, sometimes it's helpful.
The
when I
sexual
look at
tension between these two is palatable.
But when they put zeros, it means they didn't drink anything. When they put question marks, it means maybe they were drinking, but they didn't get around to doing the test. And they
Yeah,
don't
a
have
lot-
to.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not like you said, if it's not a driving offense and they're busy, or they bring him in after the fact, like because Sturgis has a holding, if they bring him in later, they may think, well, what's the point? He's been in custody for 6 hours. We're not gonna. And I'm assuming the deputies don't necessarily like going out there holding that thing and having people breathe on them with COVID going on.
Oh my gosh, she's your TJ. We get to sit here and listen to these two bitch the whole time. No hats in courts, please.
Well, you can just stay there. We'll make it work from there.
Okay.
Oh my God, how far away is he from?
Don't
the
take it
camera?
personal. He just doesn't want you in his courtroom.
I don't mind.
I look like a little dot on this because the room's so huge behind me.
I was gonna say,
Well,
yeah, definitely.
I don't know what happened with the camera or something, but I think we need to work on the Zoom aspect of it.
We could put a nice green screen there with a good background. Be nice.
Mackinac Bridge.
This is some of the best stuff, though, when they're just kind of chatting back and forth. Did you have something over there? I can.
Yeah. If you could want to. We were getting we were enjoying the Judge O'Brien was letting this girl have it for having a hat
I heard,
on.
yeah, and then she goes, but they said anything about the orange cap there in the mental ward?
No. That's
Michael Dobie for the people.
Keeps them calm.
Bennett Overwater
Artist
Assistant Public
Michael
Defender on behalf of
Dobie for the
Mr.
people.
Lawson. Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Lawson. I would ask that we adjourn this matter 2 weeks so that I can continue negotiations with Mr. Dobie.
Mr. Lawson up there looks
would
like
take us to March
he might
10th.
steal your
Mr.
underwear
Dobie?
when you're not home.
No objection.
Okay, I do find good cause for that adjournment, and I'll put this over
Vivian,
to
I've always thought
March
that about
10th
Middleton.
at 1:30. So we'll see you back here then, Mr. Lawson.
Okay.
Mr. Lawson's like, does that mean I got? He just put something in his mouth. Did you see that?
Retainer.
Mr. Lawson put something in his
versus
mouth.
Richard
His
Turner,
Invisalign.
2463 FC.
I like she said to the one lady, "You're
Good
not
afternoon,
driving,
Your
are
Honor.
you?"
Amy Riser on behalf of the people.
Oh, I wish we could do that. I wish we could zoom in on some of these.
Bennett
people.
Overwater Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Turner.
Mr. Turner, can you hear us?
I can.
Okay.
Uh-oh,
So
Richard.
today is the time and date set for sentencing. And Mr.
That's what-
Turner, you're
That's what my dog
entitled
Coda
to
does. They're down in the hearing room. That's what my dog does to get
in
let
front
there.
of me in court if you wish to do
Basically
so.
stares out the
We're
window.
proceeding today.
Richard's gonna get
by Zoom
sentenced.
Due to the pandemic. Have you consulted with your attorney about that constitutional right to an in-person sentencing? And are you waiving that right? to
Did you get a
proceed by Zoom
boo-boo?
This afternoon.
Deborah's married, by the way.
Creed, who's that ever stopped?
Richard, are you okay with being sentenced by video today?
Yes.
Okay, and
Richard,
counsel, any
are you high as a kite right now?
Yes.
No objection from the people, Your Honor.
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Overwater, have you reviewed the pre-sentence report with your client?
I have, Your Honor. I have only one minor, very minor correction that my client once made on page 6.
Who you'd like to be referred to
His
as
mother's
his
name should
honor?
be spelled Mayme, M-A-Y-M-E.
During the sentencing, please.
You would like to be called Your Honor, Richard.
M-A-Y-M-E.
From here on out, he would like to be referred
Anything
to as
else?
Dick Turner.
No other corrections or additions to the body of the report.
And do you believe that the guidelines are appropriately scored at 51 to 85?
Judge, I do not yet, but if there is a victim impact statement that may impact the arguments.
It's a high scoring game, 51 to
So Ms.
85.
Reiser,
Yeah.
do you have additions, corrections, or deletions to the report?
I do not, Your Honor.
His DoorDash is on
Okay,
its way.
and is there a victim impact statement today?
I don't believe
Anybody want to guess what
so. Ms.
Richard
Schneider,
did?
Did you hear back from the mom? Or-
I have
No,
a feeling
I
that
don't.
Richard's going to
No, Your Honor.
blow up here soon.
Okay, so do you believe that the guidelines are appropriately scored at 51 to
She's got a little
85?
slow of a.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's like
Mr.
molasses
Overwater?
coming out of
And I
her
do
mouth.
not. I would object to the scoring of OV4. There's no indication in
Would
the,
you want a soft spoken, very
PSIR
kind?
that the
She seems very
complaining
kind.
witness in the case
Yeah, oh God, yes.
had any
Telling that
psychiatric
you
or
that you're
psychological
completely
injuries
effed and you're
requiring
in,
treatment.
for a long time, or would you rather somebody just kind of just throw it at
Break
you?
it
And I
to
would
me
disagree, Your
gently,
Honor. That's
Judge.
actually how the case was disclosed to us. On page
Any chance Richard doesn't live at home with his mom right now?
1, at the very last paragraph,
Right, like,
evaluation and plan.
55, 60-ish,
The
maybe.
victim has
Still
attempted
living.
suicide twice and was receiving psychiatric care for suicidal ideation when she reported this. to her mom, who then called the police. So I do believe like this has affected her for her entire life, and that would be consistent with what's in the police report, what's in the
almost like her,
PSIR, and my
she got them
knowledge of the
injections.
case
I bet you
that
terminated. Can't move her.
she reports
face.
suffering from the effects and trauma of the defendant's actions daily, and advised that this
Severed,
has significantly impacted her
What
life.
did he do?
Mr.
Did he hurt
Overwater?
somebody?
And without her actually saying that, that's what the probation agent writes, but
said that
I would object
whoever
based on
he
that. There's no indication that
Did something
that
to
there's
it's
a causal
impacted her
relationship
entire life,
between
and
the
she's
three,
tried to commit
To the point where
suicide
they had,
twice.
yeah, where they had a suicide.
between the offense and
Can't say
what
that.
treatment she may have been undergoing years and years later.
So is there any reference in the police reports to this?
There's reference in the police reports that she
Oh, did we
was
miss that part,
seeking
Nancy?
mental health treatment at the time that she made
Possibly.
the allegation, but I'm not aware of anything that alleges a causal relationship between the two.
Okay. So, Ms. Reiser?
If I'm happy to reach out to her to have her provide something in writing, but I think it's relatively traumatic for her. She did testify at the preliminary exam. I'd have to review the exam transcript to see if she was questioned about it at that time, but I'm happy to do that. But based on my knowledge of the case, my advocate's contact with her, she's not currently in therapy, but she has suffered the psychological effects of
Oh, it
this
sounds like she
sexual
might
assault
wanna
that the
be in
defendant has pled to.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we pass this matter, and that would give you an opportunity to review the
I felt like this was the way to sit.
transcript. And if you can come up with the references, you can point me to those pages or read it into the record. And we'll recall this matter later in our docket.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, he's not happy. Richard's not happy.
No, I'm telling you, Richard's going to say something at some
People
point here.
versus Dominique Olive.
He just threw his
22
head
not-
back in
FH.
anger.
Michael Dobie for the people.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm
Oh,
doing
look at him.
fine,
He's mad,
thanks.
but he's saying some
Hear us then,
some stuff.
Mr. Olive, correct?
Huh?
Sounds like, yeah, it sounds like he hurt
You can
a
hear me
woman
okay?
or something.
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you very well.
Okay, so today's the time and date set for the pre-trial,
Ghost.
Mr.
Ghost.
Overwater.
Your Honor, I'd be asking that we adjourn this matter, and I would ask to address the issue of bond.
Okay,
Yeah,
as to bond, Mr. Overwater.
I'd be asking for a personal recognizance bond for Mr. Olive. He
Why
has
is Richard
indicated to me that
staying,
it's
by the
very
way?
important to him that
Yeah, I
he
thought
at
that
least
was it,
request
They
right?
let
as
him
soon as
go,
possible.
yeah.
He is seeking employment. He has been seen at the jail by CMH. He has not yet been given his medication since he's been incarcerated, but he has been seen. He's also been seen by social workers from our office. I do
Richard is
anticipate that
now
we're going
just
to have a
sitting there
resolution on this case.
menacingly.
If he is released, my client will be returning to the Delanis Center so he can easily make his court appearances.
They have control of knocking
But he
people out.
does
of
have
there.
an NA case that's currently pending that he needs to meet with counsel about and to handle that as well as to handle this case.
I'll be sure to return, Mrs. O'Brien.
Okay,
Richard have a
please
wife beater on?
don't
Wife beater
interrupt
shirt on,
because
by the
we
way?
can only speak one at a time. Mr. Overwater, were you done?
Judge, I would just note that that my client has indicated to me that if he is released, he will remain compliant with CMH and with his medication regimen.
Yes.
Mr. Dobie.
Your Honor, this defendant's bond was reduced a week ago at the exam stage to $10,000, 10%.
It didn't get there. They didn't record it in the computer system at 10%. I checked and it wasn't 10%.
Oh, that sucks.
Mr. Dobie.
That's the truth.
That's what our notes reflect, so that's what I'm basing my argument on.
Sorry.
That your
The artist speaks, you listen.
Be reduced further, given the
Mr. Olive is now his
here,
own attorney.
and the defendant's history.
Well, I agree with the prosecutor
Richard
on this.
Ford
I
just
am
wanted to
not
watch
going
like
to
we did.
reduce the bond. Mr. Olive has been in front of this court on, I think, 9 prior cases, and these are very serious charges. One carries a potential 10-year
I thought maybe he saw a
penalty.
ghost.
You've
He's
muted,
looking.
Your Honor.
So, Mr. Adobe, is the case at 10%?
Mr. Olive, do not speak right now. You can talk to me when I come to the jail and speak to you, but you do not want to speak directly to the prosecutor or to the judge right now, okay?
Okay.
So the request for a bond reduction was denied, and I can set this for hearing, did you say 1 or 2 weeks?
2 weeks, Your Honor.
Okay.
He's in jail, right?
Yes, looking for a
So
job.
that is going to be March 10th.
3 days after my
at
birthday.
1:30.
3 days before my birthday.
Okay. Anything further for today?
You look over at Mr. Overwater. He's like,
No, thank you, Your Honor.
What's my bond right now, Mrs. O'Brien?
Shut up! And you are muted again, Judge.
They're talking.
Muted. I'm going to
Judge,
let
thank you for remembering
talk
me.
with your attorney about that.
Judge, I would note that the sheriff's system does indicate that his bond is set at $10,000 cash or surety. So if
Judge,
it's the
I'd like to
court's
point out
intent that that
Richard's
be a
still here, and
10%
my client
bond, I
won't
would ask
shut up.
that be put on the disposition today.
The note that I have says $10,000
Gina,
cash
good
or
to see ya.
surety, so that's what I was going with. Did you have something different, Mr. Dobie?
I only have the notes from the APA that was there that indicated it was reduced to 10%. I don't have whatever the disposition was from
Hello, 1
please get the
Nord at
10%.
the
100.
actual what the court order was.
Looking
So
fine.
when was
Richard is
that,
taking on
Mr.
a new
Dobie? What
attorney.
was
She
the
just
date?
got here.
The
Digging
17th.
incarcerated,
Okay.
so makes sense.
And it does look like the order here is just
Old house.
continued.
Hi, 1+.
But it doesn't say the amount. So,
She's a cutie. Richard said, you know what? I ain't got nothing else to do today. I think I'm just
yeah,
gonna get in the
find
courtroom all
form
day.
Yeah.
confusing from district court because
Do you think that when Richard gets new glasses, he automatically makes sure that they don't fit and just makes them crooked?
the court activity record order has the parentheses after the item, but it looks like they're checking the box in front of the item. bond
Iho
continued.
Samsung.
There are 2 of them that are
Bobby
checked that
Zangri.
way.
Zanj?
Zanje.
Was
Zanje.
the bond reduction both times.
Bobby's
February
got a
10th
house
and
coat on.
17th. So I think that the intent was to continue it, and I think it's appropriately set. So I'm leaving it
Yeah,
as is.
I hope so.
$10,000 cash or surety. We'll see you on the 10th, Mr. Olive. Thank you.
That's 3 days
Thank you,
before
Your
my
Honor.
birthday.
Mr. Turner, why are you here?
People versus Carlos Edwards, 2245 FH.
Is that Carlos down there? Up there at the top?
Michael Dovey for the people.
David
Artie.
I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Oh, where's Mr. Goldstein?
Right
There
there.
he is.
He appears.
Mr. Edwards.
Looking like Larry
Say
David.
your name.
Mr. Edwards?
Oh, they said, get out. Get out, Richard.
You're still muted, Mr. Edwards.
Well, I don't think Mr. Edwards has anything to do with that.
That's not his problem.
How about now?
Can you hear us, Mr. Edwards?
He can, Your Honor, because when I've spoken to him, he's acknowledged it. So I think he can hear us.
Okay, maybe it's that 30-second delay for them to
I'm pretty
unmute
sure that
because
Bobby's
they
a woman.
Yeah. Now, can you hear us? Okay,
I think.
we can hear you
Hey,
now.
hey, but,
So, Mr.
Oh,
Edwards,
light him up.
Your Honor, we
Welcome
have
to the
worked out a
battle.
plea and a sentence agreement in this matter. My client
She's
is going
smoking
to
a
plead
Slim
guilty
Jim?
to the operating while intoxicated third offense. my understanding, if there
I got
was
the
a habitual
cigar.
filed, I don't see one, but if there was one. it
Yeah,
would be
see, I'm
dismissed.
coming in here and I'm
We have a
messing things
sentence
up,
agreement of
boys.
1 to 5 in the Michigan Department of Corrections, concurrent with the sentence he recently received in Wayne County Circuit Court for fleeing and eluding. At the time of the sentencing, I will have that case number for the court, so that can be noted at the time of the sentence.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I'm sorry if I missed them. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
And
Yeah,
then
we got
as
him. Thank you, Vivian.
Looks like a blunt to me.
That would be
God bless.
I thought it was a Slim Jim.
operating while license suspended, revoked, or denied. Is that going to be dismissed? Or?
It's not as part of this plea agreement, Your Honor. It was just to plead guilty as charged.
Right, that's my understanding, Your Honor, but it's not going to impact the sentence because it's.
Some call them spliffs, I
So
believe.
1 and 2 that he's pleading to.
It would be great if Bobby'd been arrested for
Okay. So
drugs.
please raise your right hand to be sworn, Mr. Edwards.
Yes.
Swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the
All right,
truth,
we're on to
whole truth,
Carlos
and
now.
nothing but the truth.
Finally.
Yes.
Can you please say your name for
Yep.
our record?
Carlos Edwards.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Edwards, did you hear and understand the statements that were just made?
Yes.
And you want to enter pleas in accordance with those agreements?
I think so.
Beautiful
Yes.
bathrobe.
Oh,
Have
they
you
do look
had
like bongs.
sufficient
Every single
time
one.
to
Look at them.
consult with your attorney about what to do here today?
Yes.
I need to advise you, sir, that count
really-
1, operating while intoxicated as
Why
a
did she
third
go
offense
outside
felony
with that
is
if
a
she's just
felony,
sitting there now and
punishable by
smoking
up
it?
to $500, between $500
It
and
goes out. Then you just
$5,000,
relight it, I
and
think is how that
either
works. I'm
1
not
to
sure.
5 years or probation with 30 days to 1 year in jail, at least 48 hours to be served consecutively, and 60 to 180 days of community
Yes.
service, rehabilitative programs, costs of prosecuting you, reimbursement to the government for
Oh, I bet.
emergency
Oh,
response
ugh.
and expenses for prosecuting you, and mandatory vehicle immobilization of not less than 1 year or more than 3 years.
Carlos, you got to stop drinking,
And
dude.
then for count 2, operating while license is suspended, revoked, or denied, as a second offense, is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year and or $1,000. There are a number of rights that you'll be giving up if you enter these 2 pleas. You have a right to a trial by a jury or by the court if all parties agree. You have the right to be presumed innocent and to have the prosecutor prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have witnesses against you appear at a trial and to see, hear, and question those witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses to testify, and you can ask that the court order that witnesses appear for your trial. You have the right to remain silent and not have your silence used against you. And you also have the right to testify if you so desire. But if you enter these 2 pleas today, you give up all of those rights. We would not have a trial, and the prosecutor wouldn't need to prove any of these allegations.
Oh, Bobby,
Do you
come back.
understand all of that, Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
And do you still want to go ahead with the pleas today?
Yes.
So at the
Yes.
time of these offenses, were you on probation or parole?
Yes.
And you understand that by putting in the pleas, it could affect your status in those other cases,
Yes.
okay?
Oh, man. So he's got a
Are there
lot
any
of stuff.
potential immigration consequences, counsel?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's
No,
a
Your
lot of
Honor.
drinking and getting in trouble.
So, Mr. Edwards, are you doing this of your own free will?
Yes.
Has anybody threatened or coerced you to get you to enter these 2 pleas today?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
Mr.
Has
Overwater.
anybody made any promises or inducements other
He's
than
back.
what we've talked
Hey,
about
Richard.
here today
Richard's back.
in these proceedings?
No.
Are counsel aware of any threats or promises not on the record?
Can we get Richard and
No,
Bobby
Your
in a
Honor.
side by
No, Your
side?
Honor.
So,
Please.
Mr. Edwards, do you understand that by entering a plea, you would be giving up your right to be able to argue to a court of appeals that pleading was not of your own free will?
Yes.
And you also couldn't argue to them that there were some threats or promises that we didn't talk about?
Yes.
You'd be giving up your right to a direct appeal to the Court of Appeals. So if you wanted to appeal from either your conviction or your sentence, you would have to get permission from that appellate court, and we have no way of knowing what they would say to that.
Yes.
And finally, you would be waiving your right to appeal any issues that might have been available to you at the end of a trial, because there won't be a
Richard's
trial in your
dancing
case.
camera.
Understood?
Yes.
And knowing all the things that we've talked about here this afternoon, do you still want to go ahead with this plea today?
That name
Yes.
does sound familiar.
Okay. So turning your attention to July 1st, or July 11th,
Carol.
2021, in the city of Ypsilanti, Washtenaw County, at or near Harriet Street and Perry Street. To count one, operating while intoxicated as a third offense felony. How
Ooh.
do you plead?
Uh-oh. 30 time.
And to count two, operating while license suspended, revoked, or denied as a second or subsequent offense. How do you plead?
2 times.
Guilty.
Tell us what you did that makes you guilty of those offenses. And Mr. Goldstein, feel free to inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Edwards, on July 11th of 2021, were you in the city of Ypsilanti, County of Washtenaw?
Yes.
Were you operating a motor vehicle
Yes.
Were you
at or
shit?
near
Yeah.
Harriet Street and Perry Street in the city of Ypsi?
Had you been living your best
Yes.
life up to that point?
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, had you consumed alcohol?
Yes.
What was it? Beer, wine, liquor?
Why?
Okay, and you
All of the
recall,
above?
and you had contact with police?
Yes.
And after that contact with the
that.
police,
We
did
have
you
seen
submit to either
Carlos
a
before.
breath test or a blood test?
I remember him.
Yes.
And you are aware that the results
That's what
of that
Michael
showed
just
that your
said.
blood alcohol level was a 0.09.
Yes.
And you acknowledge that's over the legal limit of 0.07?
Yes.
Had you previously been convicted of the same offense
I
or a
was drinking
similar offense
Thunderbird, Your
on
Honor.
April 14th, 2018 in the 15th District Court in the city of Ann Arbor?
Yes.
And also on April 15th, 2004 in the 14A2 District Court in the city of Ypsilanti?
Yes.
So this is at least your third offense.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because
Operating
remember, it
while
was third offense,
intoxicated or impaired.
second time being arrested for no
Yes.
license.
Okay, at
Driving was
the
suspended
time, did you have a
license.
valid driver's license?
No.
You were suspended?
Yes.
That was them, not me. by the
And
way.
you have been previously convicted of that same offense on September 25th, 2017 in the 14A2 District Court in the city of Ypsilanti.
Yes.
I
Ypsilanti.
believe that covers it, Your Honor.
People are
Ypsilanti.
satisfied.
Mr. Goldstein, you're satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe I've complied with the court rules, counsel?
What's he going to get? Bobby's
Yes,
back
Your Honor.
and puffing it up.
I accept your plea. I find it to be knowingly, voluntarily,
He's gonna have to do some
understandably, and
time.
accurately made.
I
Would
think
it
so.
be all
Yeah.
right to set the sentencing for March 24th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, no, that's 21 days after my birthday.
Okay, so
No,
March
it's not. Just
24th at 1:30.
That's math. I'm not good at that.
And the court does expect all monetary obligations to be paid at the time of sentencing. Anything further for today?
I did not.
No, Ms. Mayo, you are aware that he is in the Department of Corrections.
But Mike, you probably
Yes,
did.
Mr. Edwards, someone will be contacting you by telephone to do a pre-sentence interview or by Zoom.
And Mr. Goldstein, did you want to be part of that interview?
Not necessary, Your Honor.
Okay.
He's got
Okay,
Knox's
thank
internet.
you all. See you next month.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Dobie.
Okay, Judge Bobby's turn, please.
For 13, People versus Taiwan Simmons, 18899 FH.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello,
Good
Abigail.
afternoon. I'm glad you could hear us, Mr. Simmons.
Can I call you
Now I
Gabby?
can see you. And you are not driving a motor vehicle, correct?
Excuse me, I didn't hear what you said, Your Honor.
Are not driving a motor vehicle, correct?
Oh no, no, ma'am. I just got off work. She's driving. She just picked me up from work.
Okay. It's helpful to the court if the vehicle is not moving during the hearing. And did counsel enter their appearances?
You're squalling tires.
Not yet, Your Honor. Michael Dobie for the people.
Point Overwater, Assistant Public Defender.
Get the hell out of the way!
Behalf of Mr. Simmons.
So today is the time and date set for the probation violation.
My
hearing.
attorney,
How do you wish to proceed, Mr.
Bobby
Overwater?
Zong.
Or
is
just
here.
roll call indicate when Mr. Simmons was arraigned.
Yes, just give me a second here. It looks like arraigned on a bench warrant June 23rd,
Like you.
I'll look
2021.
into it.
Your Honor, this is a new violation. It was set as a show cause, so I believe this is the arraignment today.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I see, because there was a sentencing. Okay, so this is a new one. Okay, Mr. Simmons, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
He sounds
Please state
kind
your
of
name for our
scared.
record.
How much
Taiwan
money did
Zero
Nike pay
Simmons.
for you to wear that sweatshirt today?
So, Mr. Simmons,
this
you're
Zing
before the
court?
court on allegations that you violated your probation. The maximum potential penalty is 5 years, and you're entitled
that's
to
it.
a contested evidentiary hearing. Can you afford to hire your own attorney this afternoon?
No.
I'll appoint the
So you're
public defender
indigent?
to represent you. The
indigent.
allegations are that according to Dearborn Heights Police, you committed a retail fraud at Home Depot on or about October 8th, 2021, and there's a case pending in 20th District Court as a result.
Retail
The
fraud.
next allegation is that you failed to report that.
Not paying for
you had
something
that
or not
case
scanning
pending
it
to probation.
is what it usually is.
Apparently, you denied having any contact with law enforcement following the 10/8.
Then he didn't report it because he was on
2020
probation.
incident, but I think it really means 2021. So I'll make that change on there, since we're not quite in October yet. So at this time, Mr. Overwater, how do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor, my client would stand mute as to the allegations. I asked that this matter be adjourned for about a month for hearing to track.
That
the
could
new
be,
offense.
Carol, but it's 2022 now.
And I would
so-
ask the court to release my client on a personal recognizance bond.
No, it's true though. That it could be that using a stolen credit card. I think could be part
Why,
of the retail.
why does
fraud.
he need a personal recognizance bond? And he's already out.
Your Honor,
That's
probation has no objection to a PR bond.
Okay. So what I'm going to do
Ah,
is set
that too, okay.
$500 PR bond. So
Most
that
likely
means if you
that, though.
don't appear for that hearing, Mr. Simmons, you're going to owe the court that money, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's really important that you appear for your next hearing. And about a month out would take us to March 24th. Is that agreeable?
That's 11 days
Yes,
after
Your
my birthday.
Okay. March 24th at 2:30, you need to sign back
Oh,
in by
Bobby.
Zoom video, understood?
Bobby coughed
Yes, ma'am.
onto her sleeve a
Anything
loogie and then
further
wiped
in
it
the
off and then wiped
meantime?
her mouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bobby.
Oh, Bobby.
Well, I was able to speak.
Oh, Bobby.
Well, I was really asking the
Okay.
attorneys if there was anything else.
I have nothing further.
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
Okay. So if you had any questions, you can call Mr. Overwater at the Public Defender's Office, okay? And we'll see you on March 24th.
All right.
Bye, Mr. Simmons.
Thank you.
Bobby's setting the world on fire with her seductive ways. Come on,
Number
call Bobby.
21, People versus Donald Sancher,
Damn it.
08297 FH.
That's the go.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Scott Featherbridge, Collections Coordinator, and today is a date and time for a collection show cause hearing for Mr. Donald Santour. I've not seen Mr. Santour on the call yet, unless he
I'm
just.
here.
Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to figure out how to get my video on there.
Okay.
Is that Hank
because
Hill?
You're showing as Galaxy
Called in?
A11 or
Bobby.
something. So,
I think I'm getting it.
Propane accessories.
there you are.
Oh my God, his
Donald.
And,
neck was
unfortunately, I haven't had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Santour yet. I
snake-like.
did attempt to contact him, but unfortunately, we haven't spoken. So, is it possible to get into a breakout room?
And
No.
Can you do that, Ms. Bachman?
Yes, yes. One moment, please.
It'll be quick.
Thank you.
What? All right, so this guy works for collections?
So they're going to put you in a separate.
Is it like a
room so you can
judgment
talk
they're
with
trying to
Oh,
get
yeah.
into?
Look at that. I don't know. It's interesting.
That's the first of that kind of thing.
Number 15, People versus Shantae Jackson, 19261 FH.
What about Bobby?
Bobby's lighting up another one.
Michael Doby for the people.
Bobby Doobie for the
I'm Overwater,
people, Your
Assistant
Honor.
Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Jackson.
He's back.
I'm sorry,
Mr.
Miss Jackson.
Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so today's the time and date set for the adjourned probation violation hearing. How do you wish to proceed, Mr. Overwater?
Yeah, I'd ask for a bench conference, please.
Jiminy
Sure.
Cricket.
See you loud 4 o'clock. I mean 05.
Yes. We'll give this just a few more minutes.
Yeah, I want to try to get Bobby in there, but now Bobby's gone again to smoke him if you got him.
But yet, no one's mentioned Richard's constant staying now.
Yeah, how long Richard's going to hang out for today.
The judge is, well, we're adjourning for right now, Creed. So I guess that is our cue to go too.
That is a good time. Somebody please watch what Bobby is up for. Timestamp that. Let us know.
Gotta go back and rewatch that tomorrow for sure. We appreciate everybody come by for We Got a Case. We do this 5 days a week. If you like cases and chases, you're in the right places.
That's for sure.
Kind of.
We'll see you at 4:05 for We Got a Chase. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. with another episode of We Got a Case. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, if you haven't already liked this video or shared it, please do so. And until next time, Creed, make sure you get that gaming ID so I can send it over.
I'm working on it.
All right. Till next time, please remember. Bye. Oh, that's not it. This.
Guys, I will get the link to that for you. I'll put it in the Discord. Under We Got a Case.
Discord.